Who is with Vinny Fiorenza? There's a lot he doesn't know. There's a lot he wants to know. This is a podcast where he tries to learn from people who know things he doesn't. He'll be focusing on people from the worlds of business, entertainment, and the arts. His guests are people he finds fascinating and that he believes will bring value to others. Join him on the journey on finding out who is.
Who is Jennifer Lauren DiBella? Jen is an actress, a coach, and a supporter for all other actors and actresses trying to make it in this crazy business. In this episode, we get into some topics like her coaching programs, her love for the sound of music, her experience with Sandra Oh on Grey's Anatomy, and how she might be a fan of Ted Lasso. So please join us on this episode in finding out who is Jennifer Lauren DiBella. Hey everybody, we're here with Jen DiBella. We're very excited to have her here. It's going to be a great show. And let's get started. Jen.
Hi.
What's up? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's hear it.
Sure. My name is Jennifer Lauren DiBella, but everyone calls me Jen. Okay. I am an actor, acting career coach. I am a consultant for actors, and I'm a singer as well. So I kind of
What can't she do?
Dance.
Dance. Oh, she had an answer. I like that. But did you want to do a number for everyone?
Nope.
Something I've been asking everyone, which I find interesting, is when you were in grade school, like when you were younger, how would your classmates describe you?
Oof. Class clown. And I'm sure a lot of your... Oh, yes. Wow, yeah. Are you surprised? I was interesting because I was top of my class, but my conduct was very bad because I wanted attention. Yeah. And so my teachers would say, doesn't matter how good your grades are, if you have a U in conduct, you won't get on honor roll. U was unsatisfactory.
I forgot about those.
See, those things stay with me.
Yeah, no, I forgot about those. I wasn't a big U guy.
Yeah, so I mean, I definitely, I liked being the center of attention. I liked making people laugh. That was the biggest thing.
Nice. Has that gotten like easier or like harder?
People don't think I'm funny.
Oh, they're not funny.
No,
okay.
no.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I still try though. So
that's good. Keep up the good work. But when you were growing up, did you have any unique hobbies, and has that translated to today?
Unique. I like.
They don't have to be unique. Whatever you liked.
Oh, okay. Well, I have been doing this since I was 6, so I definitely was acting and I was singing and all that stuff. And then I liked to try sports. I was a softball player for 8 years, and people don't know that. I was first base and windmill pitcher, and then I was very bad at windmill, so I stopped. But I would get fascinated by tennis and like get really, really passionate about it and then stop. And then I would get passionate about golf. I remember for 1 year for my birthday, my dad got me one of those like indoor golf things. And so I was obsessed with that for 2 seconds, then stopped. Yeah, I think that's, I would get very, very passionate about things, but acting always was the main thing that stuck around.
Did you do any, like, say, plays or theater or performances as a youngster?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
What were those like?
I just kept on bugging my parents starting when I was 6. I was like, I want to be in the TV. Yeah. And then eventually they listened to me. They found a musical theater class for me. So I started there. And then there was a touring production coming around looking for kids for the show Heidi. I can't believe I'm even saying this. And so, and anyway, they came to my musical theater class and they picked me out and sat my parents down going, we want her to tour. And then my parents are not in the industry, so they had to figure it out very quickly if they could. And they did. And so I started musical theater professionally when I was 8.
Touring.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah. So you're the real deal for a long time.
I mean, hey, I hope so, but but homework always had to be done, or there were no plays. That was the deal in my house. Homework
had to be done. But you got a U.
I almost got a U.
Oh, you almost got a U.
See, you know, I charmed them. I was like, you don't really want to give me a U. I'm fun.
I heard that. Yeah. Were there any specific influences that led you to want to be an artist or, actor, performer, like anything in your world at that time? I know your parents weren't exactly in that world, but what about other people maybe?
I was obsessed with Julie Andrews to the point in 4th grade we had to write a biography and everyone was choosing their aunt and their mom, and I chose Julie Andrews.
That's hysterical.
I watched Sound of Music so many times, and it's a very long movie. But I think she was magic, and the way that I felt watching that when I was younger, I really did have this feeling of, what if I could do an ounce of that? But I really wanted to be one of the kids. Very specifically,
cool.
Brigida. And then I did 2 tours of Sound of Music, so I did kind of...
Oh, that was the tour?
No, but it was later on. So I kind of...
you toured for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, at one point in high school, my guidance counselor said, you have 60 days absent in this last, whatever, is it trimesters, semesters back then? So I was absent for 60 days because I was touring. But I always got my work on time and was on honor roll. So.
Oh, where'd you grow up?
Long Island.
Oh, there we go. Another New Yorker.
Yeah.
It's funny, our producer is actually from Long Island as well. When did you come to LA? Like, I know you've been out here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice journey. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I came out here 2013, so it's almost 10 years. July 13th, I think is the 13th. I graduated Fordham University in 2013 and knew that I was going to go to LA. So very shortly after, like a month, I came out here.
Great.
And you don't know what you're getting into until you're really here. Everyone said it's gonna be hard. And then you're like, I have to pay bills.
That's so funny.
I need to get a job. Like, where's the money? You have to make the money. I wasn't that naive. I knew it was gonna be hard, but until you're actually living it, it's obviously very difficult. But I knew that no one knew me out here, and it was my goal to change that. So my first week here, this was my graduation present because I pitched it to my parents. I said, there's this special program. I could see this many casting directors in 5 days. And instead of a graduation gift, whatever that would have been, can you help me with this? And I just wanted to give my headshot to as many people as I possibly could, but more importantly, say hi to them and perform for them and just say, hi, I'm here and I'm staying and nice to know you. So I did that, and then I still have relationships from that week.
That is hysterical. Only booking, you, though.
No, this is what I teach people to do now. You maintain your relationships. Yeah. But even last fall, the last thing that I booked came from someone that I met that week.
That is great.
And it's awesome, and I'm so grateful because to have people in your corner, that's all you can ask for.
Oh, that's completely
true. And so if you have one believer, then that's great. And then you hopefully build up your believers. So anyway, it's been 10 years and lots of ups and downs because we chose this path. But I really genuinely would not change this for the world. Wow. It's been a wild ride, and I still don't know where it's taking me.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be doing this, but this is fun and exciting.
We should say how we met.
Oh,
in
yeah, true.
hospitality.
Yeah, I don't even know, working in Manhattan. You were working a random event.
I was working a random event. I think you were in transportation for the venue.
I was
a
working
greeter.
Yeah.
And I really gravitate towards the mover and the shaker. And
that was me.
That's who Vinny is. And I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, I'm going back to LA. And he's like, I'm going too. And I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
Then why am I on a podcast right now with you?
That's
well, we
the question.
We stayed in touch.
Yeah.
We met in 2019.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah, and I went to LA in 2019.
Yes.
That's hysterical.
Yeah, he said, I'm going. Year. I was like, yeah, sure. And I will say, even back then, I told people, I said, but this guy, he'd be a really good rep.
And yeah, I became one.
So I'm going to take credit for that.
That was right. Yeah, it's fine. You can take credit for whatever you want.
Okay.
So speaking about New York and how we met and all that, do you think, like, any part of you being from New York, like, does that help you out here at all?
It depends who you're dealing with, I think.
Let's hear it.
Mm-hmm. I think that we have a different type of hustle. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we're a little too aggressive and fast for people. Yeah. I have found. But when you find the people who really appreciate that, it's magic. And I feel like you have found some of those people. I have definitely found those people. Yeah. But when it doesn't fit, I go, oh, I think we just come from way different backgrounds. Like my style of doing business.
I run away from those people.
You're like, no, I can't do that. But I don't mean overbearing. I don't mean like up your butt. I just mean, you know, you make things happen. I get really passionate about putting puzzle pieces together and making things happen. Like that's exciting to me. And the more laid back people, I've gotten a lot more used to it over the years. But I do feel like people look at you a certain way when they're like, you're from New York. I mean, I didn't know if it was going to come out in the podcast, but like my accent is pretty much gone. But when I'm around New Yorkers, especially like your group, it definitely comes out.
Yeah, we're extreme.
Yeah, you guys are like really extreme.
Yeah, our Staten Islandisms are pretty rough, but it's all right.
I love that. I just love the energy of East Coasters, and I have a lot of East Coasters out here.
I didn't even know what the term East Coast like meant until I came out here.
As soon as you get out here, it's West Coast, East Coast, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm from New York. You know? So you've had all these experiences in the acting world. You came out here in 2013. You made your path, and then it led to eventually you became a coach, consultant. Like, give us a little bit like a background on that. What led you to that? How do you get into that?
Well, you have a part in that. For sure. I don't know if you know that.
No, I don't know that. Tell me more.
I was in events, which is how I had met you. And then I continued doing events in January and February of 2020. And then events went away. A lot of things went away in 2020. And I had to get creative. I have always been the person in my circle of friends who act, who can help them with a cover letter, or could help them with, navigating their next class or whatever it is. And you were very interested in getting into the business side. And I don't know if you remember this, but we had a Zoom.
Yeah, no, I remember.
And I was like, these are all the casting profiles, and this is how you do this, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you stopped at the
end.
end.
I forgot all of that. Too, like
and at the end, you go, you could do this. Like, you could do this. And I said, I want to do this, actually.
I don't even remember that. Well, I'm happy you did it. Yeah. I'm happy you listened to me.
Well, it had been on my mind, and it kind of felt like there's no time like the present. This was the time to do it. I think that for me, I always wanted to reach the series regular bar, and then I could feel confident enough to talk about, experiences and whatever. But I just happened to be very passionate about the business side of it. And it's not even the side of it. It is just such a crucial element of doing this. So I held my first webinar in 2020 because the lay of the land for navigating this industry absolutely changed with self-tapes, and now we had to be our own gaffer and our own our own even casting director selecting which tape we want to send. And I was really passionate about reading all the articles and attending all the virtual panels and the podcasts and all that kind of stuff. I put all the information together in one webinar, and I think it was called Navigating the Industry in 2020. And it sold out in
phenomenal,
minutes. And I was shocked, and I was so nervous to put it out there, of course, as you would be. And then when I got that response, I was like, let me just pitch that I'll do this one-on-one. And now, I mean, it's going to be 3 years in July.
Wow.
I guess July is a very good month for me. 3 years of doing this in July. It's only grown. It is so fulfilling to me. So basically what I do is actors at any state, in any stage of their career, whether they're whether they're just coming out of college, whether they chose not to go to college but they went through UCB or Groundlings, or they want to start, or people who are further along in their career and they might be in between reps, or they might be like, I'm just stuck, my materials are stale, I don't know what to do next. I love putting the puzzle pieces together.
Join the club.
I just kind of feel like when I was first out here, I wasn't represented, and I did happen through my relationships. I booked my own theatrical credits through the relationships that I, established with casting, and I have that experience to speak on. Number one, I can show that it can happen. Yeah. But I wish that I had a helping hand. Just some kind of guidance, because I didn't have a rep at the time. And my friends, we were all at different stages, and you don't really want to burden your friends with oh, I don't know what to do, even though that's, that is what friends are for.
Yeah, that's not enough people know that.
Yeah, and so I love to be that person.
Yeah.
I love to be the go-to, and it's extremely fulfilling, and I get very invested with the people that I work with because I believe in all of them.
I love that. It makes a lot of sense, and that there's so many actors out there that do need the help. So what are some of the lessons that you've learned that you could relate to others that you were once in their shoes? Like any specific lessons?
This has actually come up a couple of times this week, so it's fresh on the brain. And you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have to know the context of the situation, and you really have to work on not taking things personally.
It's like the 4 agreements.
I mean,
that's what you just quoted.
Wrap up the 4 agreements in a bow. Yeah. But I have shot recurring roles that have gotten completely cut from the series.
That's the way it goes.
I have shot commercials that never aired. I have shot other shows that they cut me out of.
As long as you got paid,
I mean, hey, now I can look back at it and go, I got the paycheck, whatever. But for me, it was really, they can't take the experience away. True. It comes down to several thousand billion things, why things don't go, or why a character gets cut, or whatever. But in my young 20s, I used to fall apart. It was the end of my world when I got the email or the phone call that I was released or I got cut, but, we love you and we'll try to bring you back. And I really, really try to work with my clients and my actor friends to not take things personally. Yeah. I just had someone go to a meeting with a rep, an agent or a manager, and they said something that just wasn't constructive at all, and it's really staying with them right now. I've been told a lot of things too, and it's not your person. It's just like the dating world. Like, as long as you give it your all and you show up 100%, I don't think that you have anything to regret. And you just have to have the stamina and the resilience to keep going, because it really sounds cliche, but you don't know if around the corner that next meeting is who you're going to be with, or the next project is what you're going to book.
Yeah, that's the way life goes. It's as
that's
simple
the
as
way
that.
Life goes.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
I'm in your course. I'm a student.
Okay.
What are some of the main things that I'm going to be taught, or like how does it go? Like,
how does it go?
Pitch
here we
it
go.
Right now.
Well, everything is catered to you. Yeah. It really is true. Everyone's path is completely different, and all of my advice is catered to. I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking here.
Oh, you can look wherever, but you're an actor. They find the camera, find the lens.
all of the advice is catered to you. No, but really, it's I base my one-on-one sessions off of where the actor is, how they're showing up, what their goals are, whether long-term or short-term, and we go from there. But my goal for them is to walk away from the session with a clear idea of, I have this tangible action that I can do, and I don't feel so lost anymore. We kind of make a little roadmap. Nice. But some of the things include, hey, I'm really new, or I'm back into the industry after a very long time of being away. I don't know any acting studios. I don't know any reputable teachers. I have resources for that. Photographers. Not every photographer is right for that actor. Yeah, so we can go over photographers. I do consulting sessions that's just based on, let's figure out your wardrobe for your next headshot shoot. Submissions for reps, cover letters, working on how to ask people for referrals, because some people, you're really good at this, and this is
what am I good at? Tell me more.
You're good at asking for favors, and you are also good at returning them.
No.
But you also work your butt off.
You can curse if you want.
And so I'm kidding. That was the most conservative I've ever been. I also said, I don't want to be up my butt. But it's really true that if someone sees that you're doing the work, they are so much more likely to go, okay, and give you that extra nudge and get you in that door. Yeah. But it's I don't want to say it's not so hard for me, because there have been certain relationships that I'm like, it's so important to me, and I never want to come across disrespectful or overstep my boundary with this person. But if you go, hey, I have this submission package I put together. I have been working on it so hard, and I am going to do some mailings, or I am going to reach out to some people, but we know that referrals are just so much better. And is there any way that you would be comfortable if you reviewed my materials, if you feel comfortable in passing them along, I say that you're really good at putting yourself out there, going like, hey, I have this thing.
Yeah.
And
we did the same thing. You reached out to me about a specific client, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm still with the client.
Yeah, and that was wonderful because I rarely do this, but like everything matched up in my head about this one client that I have. Fantastic. And I just happened to reach out to Vin. And this is the thing that you could have gotten that text because I said, Vin, I never do this. There's someone that I have, and I just feel like this might be a fit. I can send the stuff, no pressure whatsoever. Yeah. Take a look, and nothing personal if you want to move on.
Of course. I say no to people nonstop.
Of course. And, you know, you still have to have the meeting, right? And this is a big thing that I teach people too. You can have the great referral. I have had many meetings where I've been referred. Someone walks in and goes, okay, yeah, and why are you here? How do I know you?
Yeah.
And you can start off on, and you could still spin that meeting and still be like,
course.
oh, well, you know, You kind of can't falter with that because it's just business. People have no time. People, people are constantly moving, whatever it is. But you can have the referral, you can have the meeting, and it's not a match. And it is not a guarantee, as we know. So, you know, you guys had the meeting and you guys hit it off, and I'm so thrilled about that.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's all the courses that you teach or the consulting. How does that make you feel? Like, how do you walk away from that? Like, what do you?
This is something that has just been so in my face lately. It's like it is the exact same fire I have in my stomach after I have an audition, and it's a good one, and I'm so excited about it. When I get off, I do all of my one-on-ones via Zoom. So I work with people in New York, in Atlanta, in Florida, in Arizona,
That's
here.
amazing.
So they're kind of all over the place. But I do that so they can, you know, be wherever they are. But I get off of the Zoom sessions, and I'm taking notes on the sessions so I know where we're at when we start next time. I usually meet with
therapist.
I mean, I think of it that way. I'm like, gosh, does my therapist do that? She takes notes like, oh, there she is again. But the next time when we get on, I know exactly where we left off. It's a lot of people. I mean, like I'm juggling a lot of people per month. So I want to make sure that when they invest with me, I absolutely want to give my 1,000%. But to answer your question, very, very long-winded answer, I feel super energized, and I feel super passionate, and it's something that has just given me so much purpose that I have to stick with it. This is how I feel. I have to keep doing it.
I think you should if this is the way it makes you feel. And based off that, like, are there any specific results that you could elaborate on? Like, I know we just mentioned a story about the specific client we've worked with together, but are there any other crazy stories or good stories?
Their wins are truly my wins.
That's
and
great.
It's anything from they've never taken a headshot in their life before, and they see their gallery for the first time, and they're just like, wow. And then they're like really excited because we cater their headshot session to specifically be about their essence and what is best for them. But obviously, when people sign with agents, I am just so thrilled for them because a lot of the time it's their first one. But that's commercial rep, that's theatrical rep. I just had a client book something last week.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so I do coaching, but consulting and all the career stuff and the career navigation is definitely what keeps me the busiest. But people do come to me, to prep a self-tape. If they have a callback for something that's virtual, we do all the technical stuff and we do all of the craft stuff. But yeah, booking, the signings, I think every step is worth a win. So even if it was someone's first submission and it was the first time they ever hit send on an email to a rep that they admire and would love to meet with, it's a big deal for certain people who they've never put themselves out there before, and I just gush about them constantly. I'm really proud of all of them.
Yeah, you should be. Like, if this is getting results, you definitely should be. I have a lot of respect for actors. I don't have the patience or the willpower to do what they do, and like all these little, intricate things. I don't know, my personality's not like that, but I'm grateful that a lot of people are, and they have people like you in their world to be able to lean on like that.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. since you've been out here since 2013, you've been on some pretty major sets, with some pretty major players.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The first one was absolutely Imposter Syndrome, for sure. And I didn't know what it was until I had looked it up afterward, or I saw the I saw the words Imposter Syndrome and went, oh yeah, that's exactly what that was. My second week out here, I was cast as a recurring role in Grey's Anatomy. I am beyond thrilled that was my first, golden nugget. Jamie Castro, I love you. I say it way too much. She's probably so over me. But she saw something and brought me in. And so now I'm on this set. It's a very well-oiled machine. No. And I am in my trailer going, I'm in a trailer. And I was both starstruck to be on a lot, so excited because this is like the thing that I have always wanted to do. It happens very, very quickly. And then there's droughts and everything. I don't want to put out a false, a narrative, but I was really freaking out. And the golf cart, which I had seen in movies and everything, knock, knock, knock. Jennifer, we're ready for rehearsal. I'm like throwing up in my mouth. And I was just like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, you have to do this. You have a job now. Like psycho pants. But it's really true. I had to pretend that I knew what I was doing because, again, that show, very well-oiled machine.
Yeah, of course.
I'm coming into their home. Yeah, for real. And so I knew that I was a guest in someone's house. I don't know how I knew that.
It's a good way to phrase it, too. That's a good way to phrase it. I like that.
That's how I kind of felt about it. And I went on set, and Sandra Oh was like, "You've been here before, right?" And I went, "No." And she goes, "Out." And I was kind of like, I was so silent. But it, I had my scene, and if I look closely now, I was behind my little desk, my little nurse desk. I am gripping the sides of it. Like, I was so terrified. Funny. And I just used it, and someone's actually yelling at me. So I just used it. But really, like, I was terrified. And I was just like, maybe that's why I got cast, because the audition, it was my first. I was from New York City. I wasn't used to driving. It was my first time on the 101 was going to this audition.
Shut up, that's wild.
And so now I'm walking onto a lot. I'm sitting down. My appointment had passed by a half hour. I was like, oh, wow, they're seeing a lot of people. And then I saw a sign that pointed down, sign-in sheet. I didn't sign in. That's something, back in the day when we had in-person auditions, you had to sign in to let them know that you're here. And some people wait to sign in until they're like fully ready. So maybe casting thought like, oh, she's taking a beat. And then I saw it and wanted to just die because I was called in directly. I didn't have a rep. I was like, I messed it up already.
Oh my God.
I was so focused on surviving the 101 that I was like, oh, okay, I did it.
Five lanes, big shift.
Oh my gosh. And then she came out and I said, I'm so sorry. Take everyone who signed in already. I've been here the whole time, I promise. But I just didn't sign in. They said, okay, no worries. I'll take you next. I was like, you can take whoever. And she's like, I'll take you next. I go, okay. And then maybe I was so terrified in my audition.
Yeah,
but,
you won them over.
When it is meant for you, this is also what I teach people. Nothing can get in your way. I have absolutely had that experience before. I auditioned for another show. I was so exhausted. I had worked an event that was like 16 to 18 hour days, 4 days in a row. Yeah. And I was just like, this is probably not going to go well, but I'm absolutely going to go. And I'm so excited to have it. The person had like an awful migraine. I was dead. I was dead that day. And I just think sometimes lightning strikes. I booked that one too, and
love that.
Was on set with Angela Bassett. Like, hello, like it's just crazy. But yeah, I think when things are meant for you, they really, really will either find you or absolutely not pass you by.
Yeah, no, that happen all fields and all industries.
Yeah,
I'm completely with that. Who are some of your biggest, I guess, whether it be an actor or actress, inspirations? Like, what makes you want to go down this journey?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I feel like it really does change. I think that shows really inspire me as well. I think one of my first, like obviously Julie Andrews, I was
That's great.
I was just obsessed with when I was little. I still am. I just love her so much. But Rachel McAdams, when I was a little bit older and I saw her in Mean Girls and I saw her in The Notebook, I always like watched people's next move. And I was always like, wow, she did Mean Girls and she did Notebook. Like that's a pretty huge, shift and good for her. And then she, started blowing up. But I love her because I always believe her. She says anything, I believe her. Kate Winslet's another one. I just watch. Obviously, she's a big one, but also like there are. I am a huge music lover as well, and Dermot Kennedy is someone who started, singing on the streets with his guitar, and now he's at Madison Square Garden this year. He's an Irish singer. I don't know if you know him, but Dermot Kennedy, everyone, go listen to him. I'm absolutely obsessed. So I get inspiration from a lot of different places. I am too obsessed with Silk Sonic. I can't even talk about it. I will burst into flames right now. But I went to go see their show in Vegas last year.
That's great.
And I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Like, I freak out at concerts. I'm just really inspired by very, very good artists. Yeah. And so it's not even just actors. I just love entertainment. And that's why, like you said, I'm still on this path. I don't know if it's going to be ever changing for me. I don't know if I'm eventually going to be a rep. Like there are different things that I just want to stay very open to because I'm still figuring it out. Cool. I think it's ever changing.
No, that's the beauty of it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful you were here. I'm gonna go into a couple like quicker questions. More
just
fun.
Shut me up if I keep talking.
No worries.
Okay.
No, you've been great. This was fun.
Thank you.
But so
yes,
the fun one. Beaches or mountains?
Mountains.
Oh wow, it was quick. You know what
Cabin
you want.
in the woods.
Nice. There you go. Favorite cocktail?
Ooh, tequila mule.
Oh, wow, nice. A little Mexican mule action. Mm-hmm. There you go. Very nice. Favorite music genre? You kind of answered that, but you can say artist
That's
genre.
Tough. That's tough. I'm going to say like R&B folk.
Okay, I don't even know what that is.
Alan Stone.
Okay,
I'm just going to plug my guy Alan.
All right, there you go, Mr. Stone. Favorite movie or favorite show? I don't know, but let's do both.
I'm going to say Sound of Music because I'm just going to, shut the 6-year-old up in me. But
Bookends there.
Oh my gosh, there's so many, and I'm going to hate myself after answering this. But Silver Linings Playbook was another one. David O. Russell, I feel like that was the first time I really like paid attention to, whoa. Oh my God, this like really like affected me a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna just shut up. But there's
really?
tons.
What about a show? Do you have like a favorite show that you've seen recently? Older, doesn't matter.
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso.
All right,
Ted Lasso,
there we are.
Ted Lasso. I also I'm not Ted Lasso.
Cool. Yeah. No, if you had more to say, you could say it.
Just Ted Lasso.
Cool. Ted Lasso. She loves Ted Lasso.
I love it.
But so what's next for you? What should the people out here be prepared for?
What's next for me? Hopefully more bookings. Obviously, we love those.
Yeah, there we go.
My consulting business, you could find me at JD Acting Consultant. That is something that I've been really, really concentrating on growing because it's been so fulfilling for me. So definitely more of my business stuff. Acting my face off as much as I can. I have something coming out in spring, but again, let's see how it goes. And my sister is having twin boys.
Wow.
So I'm going to be an aunt, and that's obviously the biggest thing this year.
Wow.
So thank you so much. And we should meet them, I think, in March or April. So I have a lot to look forward to. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you were able to come here. This
Thank
was
you for
great.
having me.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and
for sure.
I hope to see you soon. And
congratulations,
Thank you.
You know,
I appreciate it.
You never cease to amaze me, and I think that I'm not surprised by what you've already accomplished, but we're watching and we're proud. I say me, but like everyone, the East Coasters. And yeah, congratulations. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming.